there, welcome back to Cod with Cabinet. I'm here with Alexis Lowe, the VP of Collaborations. How are you doing today?
Great, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's really nice outside too, so I'm sure that walk up Jeff Hill was fantastic.
It was, it woke me up for sure.
Yeah. So kind of tell me a little bit about yourself and like how you kind of got into the Shea.
Okay, so this will be my fourth semester being in the Shea. I actually, when I was a senior in high school, I was deciding where I wanted to go, and I actually got to come in and sit in on RAP's 3580 Foundation of Sales class.
Oh, cool.
And that was something that I didn't really have expectations for, but it was like one of the most engaging lectures that I've ever been in, and I never really thought of sales being something taught in the classroom. So that kind of like initially sparked my interest, and he kept like name dropping Shea, and I was like, what is this Shea thing? And everyone was really responsive to it. So then when I came here, fast forward a couple months, I heard all about the Shea. I mean, it's really broadcasted all over campus. And I met a lot of upperclassmen, like right from the start, who really spoke really highly of the program. And so that kind of motivated me to apply for it. And so, yeah, this is my fourth semester. I've been loving it.
Yeah, so that's about like 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neat. That's really cool. So, where are you, like local, like at your high school, or?
No, I'm actually from Columbus.
Oh,
but
okay.
the program I had applied for, they had like an overnight where you can come and kind of see the campus and like get a feel for what the program's like. So it was a cool thing that I got to do. I was excited.
Yeah, no, that's really neat because like when I came here, that's not like what I had like as a transfer and stuff.
Right.
So like, I kind of, when I found out about him, it was just like word of mouth. So that was definitely that's actually a really cool thing that you kind of had that overnight and you got to sit in on his class, and because Rap is definitely a really good professor for that.
Absolutely.
You know. So kind of what are some of the prior positions that you had before being the VP of Collaborations?
Yeah, so prior to VP, I was the Director of Philanthropy, which is under the same division. So I pretty much just planned all the philanthropic events for the semester that we did, and planned all of our events.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan was on the Shea Insiders a couple weeks ago.
That was great.
Collaborations, you know, coming in strong.
Right.
But so kind of go over, because you kind of talked about how you like oversee like the philanthropic things and you used to, and now that you're in like a collaborations position, what's like the differences, and can you kind of describe your collaboration?
Yeah,
like the VP of Collaborations.
Right. As a whole, I would say our division is dedicated to giving students real-world sales experience while also giving back and kind of building the community around us. And so kind of to break it down, I overlook 3 positions. First would be the Director of Excel, Henry Pham, and he kind of runs our outside sales team. So this semester he's doing B2B. Him and his team is selling sponsorships for a big event we have coming up here in a few days, Shea Talks. And all the proceeds that we make, which we've made a little over $4,000 right now, which is awesome. But all of that goes towards HAPCAP, which is it's kind of a mouthful, the Hawking Athens Perry Community Action Program.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what his job does. And then the second director is Director of Outreach, which is Tommy Nunner, and he kind of runs our inside sales team. So they are all making cold calls on behalf of, this semester we're doing it with Susan G. Komen Foundation, and so they're kind of calling different individuals who have participated in the race in the past and trying to get them to register again. So they have all our calls. And then Director of Philanthropy, obviously, Nathan Riley, and he again does what I did last semester, plans all of our events.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. I know that 2 of them, Nathan and Tommy, were already on some like previous stuff. We already kind of talked about Nathan, but like Tommy he did the phone-a-thon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So that was really cool. We had 3 people actually kind of win for that, correct?
Right.
Yeah, they had like the highest call, call numbers, and I think that's awesome that the Shea is doing other things that isn't just like sales, I guess, but also trying to build like the community around us too.
Totally.
So definitely dig it.
And we live in an area where it is so important because it's kind of easy to get immersed in college town. We're all students here. We're around faculty and students.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of hard to look beyond that, just like a mile out of our town. This is such an impoverished area.
Yeah.
And I think it's really great that our division gives students sales experience, but also helps them kind of like build our community and kind of fix help fight problems like poverty
Yeah.
that we're facing. So
Yeah, for sure, and then build the next generation of Athens for everyone else coming in.
Totally.
So, but what kind of other engagements do you have, or like do you do besides VP then?
So I've been a part of actually outreach for the past 2 years. So
cool.
I'm a part of the cold calling team, and then I also go to a lot of the philanthropy events, and I kind of just try to be present at lots of different events. I like to be able to help out and kind of take advantage of different opportunities that I have. There's so much offered within the Shea, whether I'm like helping with career fair or going to a diversity luncheon. I just try to get involved where I can.
Yeah, for sure. So what are your goals as a VP?
Okay, I have a couple. So internally, I would say I really want to be able to develop my directors into better leaders, because I know when I was a director, my VP was Lizzie Jones, and I felt like she did a great job at kind of balancing the pushing me to do the most that I can while also kind of being a resource and like someone to lean on to for support. And I think she really helped develop me as a leader. So I'm kind of trying to mirror that when I am being VP towards my 3 directors. And I think it's also helped me because all of my directors are very different, like different personalities, communication styles, respond differently, have different motivations. So I think it's also helped me understand how to work with others better and try to like help develop them. And then I would say more generally, like I kind of spoke about how the area is like a really hurting area. So I think that a goal for mine is just to kind of make our community like more cohesive and try to, there's a fine line between students and locals, and like I think that it gives students new perspective when yes, they're able to learn sales experience, which is awesome, and like it's real world and kind of teaching them like right from the get-go, like yes, like profiting is awesome, but it's also great to help people as well. So I think just trying to kind of let that show.
No, that's really awesome. I know that you know, as the vice commissioner of campus affairs for student senate, we kind of see that fine line too. You know, we're like, or that defined line. I'm sorry, where it's definitely like, this is campus, this is not, and definitely trying to like mesh that together and really kind of stitch it and make it a more cohesive environment is definitely something that I think that the whole university struggles with too. And it's great to be, and I'm sure it's great to have like a position like the VP of collaborations to kind of like really drive that and be like a driving force for that. So that's really awesome, and we really appreciate that.
Totally, yeah, and it's great because Shea is so big with over 600 students. We really do have the resources and amount of people to be able to make a big difference. So
yeah, for sure.
It's great.
So what I know you kind of touched on Shea Talks. Do you want to talk about Shea Talks a little bit more and like some other events that are coming up?
Yeah, so Shea Talks is definitely our biggest event within our division coming up. It will be on next Wednesday, March 27th from 6 to 8, and basically what it is it is a TED Talk style talk for students. Could be in the Shea, but it's also university-wide, so anyone can apply for it. And it's like an 8 to 10 minute talk about whatever you want. There's some really light topics as well as like deep topics, so it's really virtually anything you want to talk about. And it just gives people like that public speaking experience and kind of like build up in front of a crowd. And then at the same time, we're doing a lot to try to raise money, and all the money goes towards HAPCAP, which I touched on earlier. So it's a really cool experience to be able to kind of give the students that nice like public speaking experience and kind of like a show for everyone else, which is it's a fun event that we put on every spring, while also helping out the community. Yeah, for sure. Who do we all need to contact if we want to get tickets? Yeah, well, you can contact myself if you want. My email is al249516@ohio.edu. Tickets are $10. You can also contact Andy Vu, who is the manager of the ticket sales team this semester. But yeah, anyone you really reach out to in cabinet or CAC can definitely hook you up with someone who can give you a ticket. So neat. Yeah. Awesome. So just find the Shea kids. Yes. I'm sure we're around. Right. So kind of what are your, moving on from like this semester, what are your like big plans for like the summer? Yeah, so I'm really excited for this summer. To start, I'm actually going on GCP, the Global Consulting Program, to Thessaloniki, Greece at the start, which will be really exciting because we're doing a consulting project, and it will be international, obviously, and I think I'm really excited for that because that's something that's always like piqued my interest. I've always loved like meeting people with different backgrounds and different perspectives. I just like a unique like perspective coming in, so I think that'll be like a nice intro to me to see if that's something that like I might want to do down the line in the future. And Greece I've never been, so I'm very excited for that. And then when I return, I'll be starting my internship at IGS Energy in Dublin.
Oh, cool.
So sales rep,
That is so awesome.
Super excited.
What are you most excited to eat in Greece? Is there anything like weird? Like, have you done any like research and all that fun stuff that you're like, this is the thing I have to try?
Right. Everyone's been showing me stuff. Like our site director, Dr. Lee, like had an entire lecture about the different foods. And I forget the names. They all have different names, but there's like this lasagna thing that everyone who's gone on the trip is like, oh, you have to try that.
It's like the thing.
Right.
Like.
And then gyros, obviously, I'm excited to try. They put fries in them there, which is interesting. Did not expect that.
That is so awesome.
So yeah, that'll just be interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure authentic gyros would be amazing. Like, I like gyros, period.
Right,
so I'm sure like legit ones. Like, from the place of origin, I'm sure it would be fantastic. But well, thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate kind of coming in and talking about your position and what you expect to do over the summer and all the cool things that are happening in your division.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad I could come on today.
Yeah, and thank you for watching here at Donkey Coffee, the Shea Sales Center. Cheers.
Cheers.